What if the walk you trust to keep you healthy is quietly wearing your body down? What if the pain in your knees, hips, or lower back is not age at all, but the way you move every single day? Before we go one step further, tap like if you want more straight health truths without the fluff, subscribe if you care about aging strong, and share this with the one person in your life who says, I walk every day, so I'm fine. I hear that sentence all the time. People tell me they walk almost every day, yet they still feel stiff, tired, slow, and sore. Their knees ache when they stand up, their lower back feels tight by evening, their feet burn, their legs feel heavy, and the most frustrating part is this: they truly believe they are doing something good for themselves. In many cases, they are, but they are doing it in a way that slowly steals the very benefit they came for. Walking after 50 is one of the best things you can do for your body. It helps blood sugar, it helps circulation, it supports your heart, it keeps joints moving, it protects balance, it can lift your mood, sharpen your mind, and help you stay independent longer. The CDC says older adults should aim for at least 150 minutes of moderate activity each week, and brisk walking counts. The National Institute on Aging also recommends light activity before and after aerobic exercise to warm up and cool down, and reminds older adults to drink water and recover well. In other words, walking is not just a nice habit, it is one of the simplest tools you have to stay strong and capable as the years move forward. But here is the part too many people miss. Walking is not magic just because your feet are moving. The way you walk matters. Your pace matters. Your posture matters. Your stride matters. Your shoes matter. Your focus matters. And after 50, little mistakes cost more than they used to. That is not because your body is weak. It is because your body is less forgiving. Muscle mass slowly drops with age. Balance gets a little less automatic. Joint cartilage does not love long periods of stillness. Blood vessels get stiffer. Recovery takes longer. The same sloppy habit you could get away with at 30 can show up as real pain at 55. The same rushed walk that once felt harmless can now irritate your knee, tighten your hip, and leave you wiped out for the rest of the day. So if you walk often but do not feel better, this video matters. And if you stopped walking because it started hurting, this video matters even more, because the answer may not be to quit. The answer may be to fix the way you walk. Let's go through 7 walking mistakes that quietly damage health after 50, and more importantly, how to correct them before they turn into bigger problems. The first mistake is starting too fast. A lot of people step outside and immediately move like they are already late. They leave the door, lock into a hard pace, and try to make the walk count from the first minute. It feels efficient. It feels disciplined. It also puts your body under stress before your body is ready. When you have been sitting, your tissues are not prepared for instant effort. Your joints need movement before they feel smooth. Your muscles need a little blood flow before they feel springy. Your breathing needs time to deepen. Your heart needs a few minutes to shift from resting mode into working mode. If you skip that transition, your body pays for it. This is where many people create pain without realizing it. They think walking caused the pain. In truth, the rushed beginning caused the pain. A cold calf tightens faster. A stiff ankle rolls less smoothly. A knee that has not warmed up absorbs impact more sharply. A heart rate that jumps too suddenly makes the walk feel harder than it should. And then a strange story begins. The person says, I guess I'm just getting older. But often, they are not failing at walking. They are simply attacking the walk too early. You do not need a long, fancy warm-up. You just need a smart beginning. Take the first 3 to 5 minutes slower than your ego wants. Let your arms move. Let your shoulders relax. Let your steps get organized. Let your breathing settle. Then, and only then, increase the pace. Think of it this way. Your first few minutes are not wasted time. They are what make the rest of the walk safe, smooth, and useful. Skip them, and the rest of the walk gets more expensive. If you often feel stiff in the first 10 minutes but better later, this is probably your issue. Your body is telling you it needs a runway, not a launch. The second mistake is taking steps that are too big. This is one of the most overlooked walking problems after 50 because it does not look dramatic. Nobody notices it. There is no obvious limp, no one points it out, but it places extra stress on the body every single minute. Many people believe a longer step means a better walk. They think bigger steps mean more power, more fitness, more speed, and more calories burned. In reality, big steps often do the opposite. They turn walking into a braking motion. Here is what happens. When your front foot lands too far ahead of your body, your heel hits the ground hard. Instead of smoothly moving forward, you are briefly stopping yourself with every step. Your body has to absorb that force again and again. The shock travels up from the heel into the ankle, knee, hip, and lower back. That repeated braking is rough on older joints. It can irritate the front of the knee, it can make the hips feel jammed, it can aggravate lower back tension, it can even make your shins and feet ache, especially if your shoes are already losing support. Overstriding also makes you less stable. When your foot lands too far out front, your center of gravity lags behind. That means less control, more wobble, and slower reactions if the ground changes under you. On a flat sidewalk, maybe you get away with it. On uneven ground, curbs, gravel, or wet pavement, the risk climbs fast. A better walk usually comes from smaller, quieter, quicker steps. Not tiny nervous steps, just shorter, more controlled ones. Your foot should land closer to your body, not way out in front of it. When that happens, the step feels softer, the roll through the foot feels smoother, the knee does not get slammed, the hips move more naturally. If you want one simple test, listen to your walk. Is it loud? Are your heels smacking the ground? Does each step feel like a drop instead of a glide? If yes, shorten the stride a little and let the body move over the foot instead of crashing into it. This one change can be surprisingly powerful. For many people, it reduces knee pain faster than walking less. Why? Because the issue was not the distance. The issue was the impact. The third mistake is letting your upper body collapse while you walk. This is where many healthy walks turn into neck pain, shoulder tightness, shallow breathing, and low energy. Watch people walk in any parking lot, any path, any neighborhood. You will see the same pattern again and again. Head pushed forward, chin dropped, shoulders rounded, chest closed, eyes down. The legs are walking, but the rest of the body looks like it gave up. The problem is not just appearance. The problem is mechanics. Your head is heavy. When it sits over your spine, your muscles handle it well. When it drifts forward, the strain on the neck and upper back rises fast. Now add 20 or 30 minutes of walking in that position. No wonder so many people feel tight between the shoulders or at the base of the skull when they get home. Then comes the breathing problem. A slumped chest makes it harder to expand your lungs well. Your diaphragm cannot move as freely. You start taking smaller breaths. That means less oxygen, less comfort, and less endurance. The walk feels tiring sooner, even if the pace is not that hard, and posture does not stay in one place. If the head falls forward, the rest of the body compensates. The low back may arch too much. The pelvis may tip. The knees may lock or twist a little. One slump at the top can create stress all the way to the ground. This is why posture matters so much after 50. Not because you need perfect form like a model, because posture changes how force moves through your body. A simple fix works well for most people. Imagine someone is gently lifting you from the top of your head. Not stiff, not military, just taller. Let your chin stay level. Keep your eyes looking ahead, not straight down. Let your shoulders drop and open. Keep your ribs soft, not flared. Feel your arms hanging loose, ready to swing. When posture improves, something interesting happens. People often say, walking suddenly feels easier. Of course it does. Better posture helps you breathe better, move better, and waste less effort. If this is hitting home, do something small but powerful right now. Leave a comment that says, "I'm fixing my walk." That little promise makes change real. And if you know someone over 50 who keeps blaming age for pain that may actually be fixable, send them this video before their next walk, not after their next injury. The fourth mistake is wearing shoes that are no longer helping you. Most people pay more attention to the weather than to their walking shoes. That is a problem because your shoes are the first layer of protection between your body and the ground. After 50, feet often change more than people realize. The fat pads under the feet can thin. Arches may flatten, toes may stiffen, old injuries can show up more easily. If your shoes are unsupportive, too worn out, too hard, too soft, or simply wrong for your foot, every step becomes a small argument between your body and the ground, and your body loses that argument one step at a time. Bad shoes do not only bother the feet, they can tilt the ankle inward, change knee tracking, strain the hips, and irritate the lower back. Sometimes the pain shows up far from the shoe itself, so people never connect the dots. They say, "My knee is acting up," when the real issue starts at the foot. What should you look for? You want a shoe with a stable feel, decent cushioning, and enough room for your toes to spread naturally. You want support, but not a brick. You want the front of the shoe to bend where your foot bends, not in the middle like a collapsing cardboard box. And you want the heel to feel secure, not loose and sloppy. You also need to respect that shoes wear out on the inside before they look terrible on the outside. Harvard Health notes that many experts suggest replacing walking shoes around every 300 to 500 miles. That does not mean you need a calendar obsession. It means the foam and support do not last forever. If you walk often in the same pair for many months, the shoe may look fine while doing a much worse job. A good question to ask is this: do I feel better during the first 10 minutes of the walk than the last 10? If your feet, knees, or hips feel more beaten up as the walk goes on, and your shoes are old, flattened, or unevenly worn, start there. Your shoes do not need to be expensive. They need to be right for your foot and alive enough to protect it. The fifth mistake is being a weekend walker instead of a regular walker. This habit fools a lot of people because it feels responsible. They are busy all week, mostly sitting, and then they try to make up for it with one long walk on Saturday or Sunday. An hour, maybe two. They come home exhausted and proud. It feels like they did something important. The truth is, one heroic walk does not create the same benefit as steady walking spread across the week. Your body responds best to repeated signals. Frequent movement helps circulation stay active. It reminds your muscles to keep working. It gives joints regular motion. It trains your heart in a way your body can adapt to. It helps blood sugar control stay steadier. One long walk after days of sitting gives you effort, yes, but not the same training effect. Worse, it often backfires. A body that sat still most of the week is not ready for a giant block of movement, so the calves tighten, the feet get sore, the low back complains, the knees feel puffy. Monday comes and the person thinks, see? Walking hurts me. No, that pattern hurts you. Consistency is usually safer than intensity. The CDC guideline of 150 minutes a week works well because it can be divided. 30 minutes a day for 5 days is enough for many people. If 30 feels like too much right now, start with 10, or start with 15 after meals. What matters most is not performing one giant effort. What matters most is sending your body the message again and again that movement is part of normal life. This is especially important after 50 because the body loves routine and punishes extremes. Give it steady work, and it gets more capable. Shock it once a week, and it stays defensive. I want to say something else here because this mindset traps a lot of good people. Fitness after 50 is not won by occasional acts of guilt. It is won by boring consistency. 10 calm walks done well will change your body more than one punishing walk done out of panic. And just as important, regular walking builds confidence. You stop seeing movement as a test you might fail. You start seeing it as part of who you are. That shift matters. People who trust their bodies move more. People who move more usually keep more strength, more balance, and more independence. So stop asking, how far did I go on the weekend? Start asking, how many days did I teach my body to move well this week? That is the question that changes aging. The sixth mistake is walking distracted, with your hands busy and your mind somewhere else. This is the modern walking trap. A phone in your hand seems harmless. A quick text seems harmless. Scrolling while walking seems harmless. Holding coffee in one hand and your phone in the other seems harmless. But distraction changes the entire quality of the walk. First, it changes posture. The moment you start looking down at a screen, your head drops forward, your neck tightens, and your chest closes. Now all the benefits of better alignment disappear. Second, it changes balance. As we age, the body leans more on vision to stay steady. That means your eyes are not just for seeing where you are going. They are part of the balance system. If your eyes are glued to a screen, you miss changes in the ground. You react later. Your feet land with less planning. That is how small stumbles become real falls. And after 50, a fall is not a joke. It is not always a quick laugh and a brush off. It can mean a broken wrist, bruised ribs, a torn shoulder, or a hip injury that changes the next year of your life. Third, distraction steals rhythm. Good walking has a natural flow. Your arms move opposite your legs. Your trunk rotates a little. Your breathing finds a pattern. Your attention notices your pace, your footing, and how your body feels. When your hands are full or your eyes are on a screen, that rhythm falls apart. One arm may stop swinging. Your shoulders may twist unevenly. You move, but not cleanly. This is also why walking with your hands buried in your pockets is a bad idea. especially on uneven ground. Your arms are part of your balance system. They help you catch yourself and adjust. Take them away and you become easier to tip. If you want music or a podcast, that is fine. But keep the phone away. Let your arms swing naturally. Let your eyes stay up. Let your brain stay connected to the walk. There is another hidden benefit here. Walking with full attention can calm the nervous system. It gives your brain a break from constant input. It can lower stress. It can improve mental clarity. If you turn every walk into scrolling time, you lose that gift. So the rule is simple. During the walk, be where your feet are. And if that sounds almost too simple, remember this. Many of the biggest health losses after 50 do not come from one dramatic mistake. They come from repeated moments of disconnection. A curb you did not notice, a step you rushed, a shoulder you kept tensing, a warning sign you ignored because your attention was somewhere else. Small things feel small until they repeat for months. That is why a focused walk matters. It is not just exercise, it is practice. Practice in balance, awareness, timing, and control. The more present you are, the more your walk becomes something that trains your body and protects it at the same time. Quick checkpoint. If this video is helping you see your daily walk in a whole new way, save it now so you can use it like a checklist before your next walk. Subscribe too, because the habits that protect your future body are usually the ones nobody explains until pain already shows up. The seventh mistake is ignoring recovery and warning signs after the walk. This mistake is quiet because it happens after the walk is over, when most people stop paying attention. They finish the walk, sit down, get busy, and move on. No water, no gentle cool down, no stretching, no reflection, no notice of where the body feels good and where it feels wrong. Then the stiffness builds over weeks and they act surprised when walking starts to feel harder. Recovery matters more after 50, not less. Let's start with something basic: hydration. Even mild dehydration can make muscles feel tighter and recovery slower. If you finish a walk and your legs tend to cramp later, or you feel oddly drained, a glass of water afterward is a very simple place to start. The National Institute on Aging specifically advises older adults to drink water around exercise. Small habit, big payoff. Then there is the cool down. Many people end the walk the same way they started it, too abruptly. They walk at a strong pace, step inside, and stop. That sudden stop is not ideal for the heart, the breathing pattern, or muscles that have been working steadily. A few easier minutes at the end helps the body shift down more smoothly. Then there is flexibility. Walking is repetitive. That is one reason it is so effective. But repetition can also tighten certain tissues if you never reset them. Calves, hip flexors, hamstrings, and the bottom of the feet are common trouble spots. You do not need a full yoga class. 2 to 5 minutes of gentle stretching or slow mobility work after the walk can make the next walk feel completely different. Now let's talk about warning signs, because this is where people make costly mistakes. Some discomfort from using your body more is normal. Sharp pain is not. Pain that changes your gait is not. Swelling that keeps coming back is not. Numbness is not. Pain in the chest, sudden dizziness, unusual shortness of breath, or a strong sense that something is off should never be brushed aside. Too many people over 50 do one of two things. They either panic over every small sensation and quit moving, or they ignore serious signals and keep pushing because they think stopping means weakness. Both extremes are unhelpful. The smarter move is to observe patterns. Ask yourself, where do I feel the problem? When does it start? Does it improve as I warm up or get worse as I go? Is it on one side? Did it begin after changing shoes, pace, route, or distance? Does it feel muscular, joint-related, nerve-like, or balance-related? That kind of attention helps you make better decisions. Sometimes the fix is as simple as a slower start, shorter steps, better shoes, and more consistent walking days. Sometimes the fix is to get checked, especially if symptoms are new, severe, or clearly getting worse. But the biggest mistake is pretending recovery does not matter because walking looks gentle on the surface. Gentle does not mean free. Repetition is still stress. Your body still has to adapt. And here is the bigger truth that ties all 7 mistakes together. After 50, the goal of walking is not to prove something. It is not to punish your body. It is not to chase exhaustion so you can feel productive. It is to build a body that keeps showing up for your life. You want the kind of legs that let you travel without fear, the kind of balance that lets you step off a curb without thinking twice, The kind of stamina that keeps you playing with grandkids, carrying groceries, climbing stairs, and getting out of a chair without that little grimace you hope nobody noticed. That future is shaped by ordinary days. It is shaped by how you start the walk, how you place your feet, how you hold your body, what you put on your feet, how often you walk, where your attention goes, and what you do when the walk is over. That is why these mistakes matter. Not because every walk has to be perfect, but because repeated small errors become repeated strain, and repeated strain becomes the story people call aging. Sometimes it is aging, but many times it is aging plus bad mechanics plus poor habits. And that is good news, because habits can change. So let's make this practical. On your next walk, do 7 simple things. Start slower than you want for the first few minutes. Shorten your stride just enough to make your steps quieter and smoother. Lift your posture without forcing it. Eyes up, chest open, shoulders easy. Wear shoes that still support you, instead of shoes that have already retired but never got the message. Choose regular walking through the week instead of one giant effort that leaves you limping. Keep your hands free, your arms moving, and your eyes off your phone. And when you finish, cool down, drink some water, loosen the tight spots, and pay attention to any signal your body keeps repeating. Do that consistently, and walking stops being something you survive. It becomes something that rebuilds you. And that matters because your health after 50 is rarely decided by one dramatic event. It is decided by what you repeat, the meals you repeat, the sleep you repeat, the thoughts you repeat, the movement you repeat. Walking is one of the few health tools almost anyone can use. You do not need a gym membership. You do not need perfect weather. You do not need to become an athlete. You need awareness. You need consistency. You need a style of walking that supports your body instead of quietly fighting it. If you have been saying, I know I should walk more, maybe the better sentence is, I need to walk better. That is where real change begins, because the body you want later is being negotiated right now, step by step. And one day, the payoff is not a number on a watch. It is freedom. Freedom to move without fear. Freedom to stand tall without pain. Freedom to trust your balance. Freedom to go where you want, when you want, with the people you love. That is what a good walk is really protecting. So the next time you head out the door, do not just ask how long you will walk. Ask whether your walk is helping build the future you want to live in. Because after 50, every step is either a deposit into your health or a quiet withdrawal from it. Make your steps count the right way.